Hello and a warm welcome to the TCS IT Wiz, a knowledge initiative started by Tata Consultancy Services in 1999. It is the biggest inter-school IT quiz in India for students from class 8 to 12. The quiz aims to build awareness and emphasize the importance of IT skills and enable students to look at technology from an innovative perspective. TCS IT Wiz has brought a paradigm shift in the world of quizzing. The quiz works as an alternative learning tool for students in an outside classroom environment. TCS IT Wiz this year is being held digitally across India to allow students to quiz from the comfort and safety of their homes. Hosting this quiz, as always, is a prolific quizmaster with an experience of over 2,500 quiz shows to his credit, and having hosted his shows across 9 countries of the world, he sure is a master of the craft he pursues. He and his team have innovated to create the world's first integrated digital quizzing platform called Quizzital, which you are now witnessing. Friends, time to welcome on stage the one and only Big Brain.
Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Big Brain, here today at the second quarter-final of TCS IT Wiz 2020, India's biggest and India's toughest technology quiz for schools. It's a massive quiz that used to go across 12 cities of India. This time, it's just exploded because it's been a digital version. City after city has taken part in this quiz, and we are down to the final 64 that you are witnessing as part of these quarterfinals that we are bringing to you. With me here today are 4 outstanding youngsters. I'll introduce them to you, and after that we'll get started with our quarterfinal. They're all stacked up from Bengaluru, and it's a region of Karnataka actually as a region, and it happens that all 4 are from schools in Bangalore. It's a very good location for TCS IT Wiz. It's where this revolution actually started 21 years ago. And here today in the year 2020, we are debuting with a digital version of this quiz, just to ensure the revolution does not stop, the learning does not stop. As we begin by introducing our 4 finalists here today at the second quarterfinal of TCS IT Wiz 2020. On screen as our first contestant, and I'd request you all to just wave so our audience who's watching this would know who I am referring to. Representing the Ryan International School is Sparsh Pradeep Jain. Welcome, Sparsh, to you to this final. As we move across to our second finalist here today from Presidency School in Nandini layout of Bengaluru is Kushagra Agarwal. Welcome to you, Kushagra. As our third finalist here today, representing National Public School, is Dhyan Vyas. Welcome, Dhyan. And completing our lineup from the Little Flower Public School is Ritin Nagaraj. Welcome to you, Ritin. And those then are our 4 contestants in quarter-final 2, as you see on your screen. We'll pick action with the first frontier. 50 you get it right, 50 you get it wrong. 5 seconds is the opportunity that you have to answer every question, else the question lapses. So if you are ready, and if we are good to start, we'll pick action with the first frontier, which is called Digital Readiness. Here it comes. So on the buzzers, if you guys are ready, on the first frontier of our battle, time to get started with the first question here. All of them ready on the buzzer. 4 youngsters from Bengaluru. Question 1 on your screens. Here it comes. The anatomy of a large-scale hypertextual dash engine. What was introduced to the world with this description? When it was launched or introduced, this is what it was called. Nobody on the buzzer on the first 5 seconds. Well, Kush is going for it. Just about time. Go ahead, Kushagra.
So this is a word search engine.
The
Word search.
Correct.
Using only text to search for things.
But what's the overall answer?
Yahoo.
Minus 50 to you. Minus 50 to you. The answer is the creation of Google. Web search engine is the 3 dots and the 5 dots coming in there for you. As we move to the second question on your screen now. This character is believed to have got its name from this piece in ice hockey. It's a famous game that children and adults play. The round object in this game in ice hockey is typically called something. Dhyan is going for it. Go ahead, Dhyan Vyas.
So that's called the puck.
Take the hand off, because don't touch it, because it will keep vibrating. Yes?
So the thing in ice hockey, that the circular disc kind of thing, is called the puck. So I'll go with puck.
Puck. But what's the character that came out of puck that people play with on the internet? That's the starting point for your question. The answer is not puck. I'm talking of a character which comes in a game that people play. Minus 50 to you. Questions are tough because you got to derive from the clue and then work the answer out. Puck related to Puckman, Puckman related to Pac-Man. If you actually look at it, it's just got a V cut on those pucks, and that's how the Pac-Man was created. Minus 50 to Dhyan, and if you could just mute your mic. So we'll come to you when you get your buzzers. As we go to the third one, questions are difficult. It's probing, it's thought-based or thinking-based, and not just recall. On the third one, on your screen, here it comes. A great man from the early years of computing. He often signed with just 3 letters, JVN. Who am I talking about? Dhyan again giving it a go. Go ahead, Dhyan.
John von Neumann.
John von Neumann, plus 50. Well played. He'll get a 50 and quickly negate the negative that he had taken earlier, and that's a good way to play a game like this. As we go on to the next one, on your screens, identify the company. Early days, and Kushagra is on the buzzer. Go ahead, Kushagra. What do you make of this?
So this is the Intel 404, their first microchip.
He's got it absolutely right with all the details. The 4004 from the world of Intel. So everyone back after losing those initial points early on. The scorecard looks clean with everyone on nil. As we go to the final question in the first frontier on screen, here it comes. Who is this gentleman with a large object in his hand? Sparsh.
He is the creator of the first mobile phone.
I still need a better answer. I don't need the description of the person. I need a name.
George Simon.
Minus 50. Minus 50 to you on that one. The answer is Dr. Martin Cooper. That's the answer that I was looking for, as Sparsh takes a negative. And these are probing questions in a quiz like this. But it's very early days. We'll still take a break on the other side. Not much to show you on the scoreboard, but all the action from the second round. But do stay with us for a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
The health of any nation can be checked by the health of its citizens. India's millions had no way to connect to what they needed most: quality healthcare. TCS provided just what the doctor ordered: a bridge. Not an ordinary bridge of steel and cement, a special bridge. Built with the magic of technology, an online and real-time, secured on-the-cloud platform that acted as a bridge used not for vehicles but to save lives. This bridge was a transformative digital platform that connected those in need with the healthcare they needed. Over 120 million people have benefited from it. You might know this bridge as the Ayushman Bharat program, but at TCS, we have another name for it: the bridge of hope.
TCS, part of your story.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Pig Brain, watching the nation's biggest and toughest quiz for school children in the domain of IT technology and the related areas. TCS, IT Wiz, the 2020 edition of this quiz being played out digitally with the comfort and safety of the homes for the children to quiz from where they are on an absolutely innovative new technology called Quizzital, which powers this quiz. As we pick action on the second frontier, here's a quick look at where the contestants stand. Nothing much to separate them. They've gained and lost, and Sparsh is on minus 50, and he knows he'll negate that very quickly. Round 2 of our final. Time to move into a borderless world of learning. Here it comes. On borderless learning, the world today has no meaning in terms of border when it comes to technology and the space of internet learning and so on. So we're going to test the width of knowledge that our youngsters contain. What's their borderlessness? 5 questions, same scoring pattern, starting with the first one on your screens now. Which company with 3 stars? Sparsh has gone for it. Yes, Sparsh.
Samsung.
Plus 50 to you, quick and fast on that. He's well prepared on that, and he gets a 50 to negate that negative. Everyone, well, we're into round 2 and the scoreboard is still 0 to everyone. It can be a very tense final if it carries on this way. Second one on your screens. Now, who or which company is the parent of Mila World? Famous with youngsters. Ritin has gone for it. Go ahead, Ritin.
I'm guessing it's Netflix.
Beautifully played. Beautifully played. Oh, he lets out some steam on that answer, but he gets a 50 on that one. Very well played, Ritin. It is Netflix indeed that I was looking for. As we move on from Netflix to the next question on your screen now. It's an old identity. Kushagra is giving it a shot. Go ahead.
So this is IBM's older logo.
Very well played. The old logo of IBM on your screen. And this is pure preparation. Otherwise, you can't crack something like this. He gets a 50. 2 of them on 50 as we move to the next one on your screens now. The time frame was June of 2005. Archimedes Ventures, which essentially was the one that founded it, was led by Michael Arrington and Keith Teare. Which famous entity started out, which today advises people on how other companies are being invested into, etc.? It's also a nice database for people to follow. Ritin is giving it a shot. Go ahead, Ritin.
Is it Crunchbase?
Lovely. Oh, he's playing the game well. Crunchbase, TechCrunch, all of those will take you into the same genre. Beautifully played for another 50. He's giving some quality answers as we go to the next one on your screens now. One lady created a revolution in India capturing... Stopping me there is Kushagra. Go ahead, Kushagra. What do you make of her?
So I'm guessing this is SlideShare. She's the founder of SlideShare.
Minus 50 to you on SlideShare. Was also a creation that involved a lady of Indian origin. This is your story. Your story has become a huge revolution in India where people really want to capture the journey that other people have made. 2 rounds done, the score is looking written on 100 and the rest back to where they were, and that seems to be the story so far in your story of this quarterfinal of TCS IT Wiz. As we progress to the next frontier, it's time for us to play on at TCS. Here it comes. You get a plus 50 and a minus 50, all questions on the world of TCS, 4 of them coming up for you. Please remember, if you stop me while I'm reading the question, you are indicating that you know the answer. So please be careful about choosing when to hit the buzzer, because nothing appears on your screen, and as I read out, you would want to be careful when you want to press the buzzer. Starting with the first one, hands on the buzzer. I might have answer options for you to play, so be careful. Starting with the first one. Which among these is the name that is given to TCS's payments processing solution specific to the world of banking? Sapphire or Quartz? From the history of TCS. You got one choice to make. None of them going for it on the first one. The answer is Quartz. Moving on to the second question. Power Answer Labs was something that got created by TCS in partnership with the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Kharagpur or IIT Bombay. A famous Indian IIT partnered with Tata Consultancy Services. The resultant was an initiative to help operators analyze efficiencies of power grids. Nobody going on the second. Oh no, Ritin taking a chance. Go ahead, Ritin.
I should tell the branch of the IIT, right?
Yes, I gave you two options. I said Kharagpur and I said Bombay.
Bombay.
Plus 50. Oh, he took a choice between the two and he took the right choice. Unless he knew that well, he's moved to 150 with that. As we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer. Tata Consultancy Services provided Microsoft support for its Microsoft BizTalk. This support that TCS provided was in the domain of Bluetooth or RFID. History of TCS. Nobody taking a shot on the third one. The answer is RFID. Tough ones. We're digging deep into the world of TCS. As we go to the final one, hands on that buzzer. 150 to Ritin. He's looking good. Everyone else will have to charge him now. Final question. Who was the first chairman of TCS? Kushagra is giving it a shot.
This is FC Kohli.
Is minus 50. It's a tricky question. I did not say first CEO of TCS. I said first chairman of TCS. The answer, JRD Tata. Well, the human tendency, and probably with the current developments in the world, with the world losing FC Kohli, you thought it would be FC Kohli. So that's like a googly from a quiz master. As we come almost just past midway in this quiz, time for me to take a very short break. On the other side, I'll show you where the contestants stand and the final two frontiers. Very low scoring battle, so you would want to see where they stand. Back in just a moment. Stay with us.
There's a race underway that is like no other race the world has seen. It is a race to find a cure for a pandemic, a vaccine that will save lives. The faster you find it, the more lives you save. The entire scientific and pharmaceutical world is chasing the cure, and TCS is right there with them. TCS Research and Innovation Division leveraged artificial intelligence to help identify 31 molecules that potentially hold the key to a drug design for the virus. TCS has co-innovated with the global pharmaceutical, life sciences and healthcare world. Be it in genomics, remote patient monitoring, medical device engineering or personalized 3D implants. In the fight against the pandemic, TCS is leading drug discovery, regulatory compliance and pharmacovigilance efforts. With technology helping medicine, the finish line to the cure cannot be far away.
TCS, part of your story.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Pig Brain, here today watching TCS IT Wiz 2020. 4 youngsters from Bengaluru, Karnataka are in this quarter-final. And here's how the scores look as it appears on your screen. Leading this quiz with 150 is Ritin. He's looking good and he's looking sharp. And he's from Little Flower Public School. But behind him is Parshan Dhyan, who've gained and lost. Kushagra losing on that final question to go to minus 50. But all of them look sharp, just that they've been losing more than they've been gaining. As we move into the penultimate frontier of our game, it's time to play analytics and insights. Here it comes. It's a round where you're going to get clues that is going to make you think and analyze stuff before you draw out an insight and give me an answer. The scoring pattern and the time outlay remains very much the same. 5 seconds and 50 to gain or lose. We start with the first one on your screen. Give me the overall connection on this. Kushagra is giving it a shot. Go ahead, young man.
The overall connect is Amazon. Amazon owns all 4.
Amazon
Audible, Twitch, TV,
is
IoT.
associated with all 4. He'll get that absolutely right with Amazon and he'll get himself a plus 50. He comes back again to that 0 and he smiles every time he does that. Like, what's happening with me today? Otherwise, he would have probably been on 100 or 150 right now. But as we go to the next one, hands on the buzzer, maybe that's the only way to move forward. The overall answer is what matters. Here it comes. Well, a beautiful rocket campaign for a digital Diwali. Touch Tomorrow was one of their early lines. That's Mr. Mittal, the man behind this brand. Connectivity in India, nobody going for it. Tough ones. Touch Tomorrow was a campaign by them. None of them going for it. As time lapses on the second question, the answer that I was looking for, they're going to kick themselves on this, in my opinion. Airtel is what I was looking for. Well, Airtel said touch tomorrow. They said, let's fly high on a digital Diwali. And that is Mr. Mittal from Airtel. As we go to the next one, on your screens, now, I want a specific company name. Ritin is giving it a shot. Go ahead.
This is Google.
I want a specific answer. A little more than Google. I'll push you on that because as a youngster, I want you to be correct.
I should explain these.
I need a slightly better answer than Google, if you can.
Okay, so these are acquisitions made by Google, I guess. Google Nest and Google Fiber.
All right, I'm going to give it to you, but what I was looking for in terms of technicality, and you should learn that, is Google Alphabet. But you will still get it on Google. That's why I said specifically, because Google's made it very clear that the acquisitions are Alphabet. But nonetheless, you got the drift right, which is what lateral thinking is all about. So 50 again to you as you move to 200, and he's consolidating his position. Someone's got to start buzzing furiously. Otherwise, time is going to run out quickly at this quarterfinal. Here's the next one coming on screen now. Kushagra on the buzzer. Yes, young man.
This is Dell.
The overall answer is Dell. Wise, VMware, and of course Alienware will lead you to Dell. 50 to you. He'll need a few hits like this, and he's not far away. The target that currently he will be trying to chase down, set by Ritin, is not unreachable because Ritin's on 200. Everybody can reach there in the final round, but we move to the final frontier, which is multi-experience. Here it comes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, life today is about multitasking, multi-viewing, multi-organizing. So we're all learning to have multiple experiences, and therefore this round, where we're basically going to see how from multiple domains of technology, where is your knowledge spectrum. Rules are the same, time is the same, questions are different. As we begin with the first one, final 4 in this game, here we go. Identify a person of Indian origin who you would associate to inventing car suspension systems based on electromagnetic motors and amplifiers, better known for his innovations in the audio space. Best known for a brand named after him. Dhyan's giving it a go.
Is it Jagdish Chandra Bose?
Well, minus 50 to you on J.C. Bose from the world of science. The answer is another Bose, and that is Amar Bose, who I was looking for as an answer. Well, even if you had stopped and said Bose speakers, I would have still given it to you. But since you said Jagdish Chandra Bose, that is a completely different gentleman. Minus 50. As we go to the next one on your screens, identify a word which was mentioned by Frederick Billingsley in a series of articles that he wrote, which led to this simple word that describes elements in the image world. Sparsh is going for it.
Is it pixel? Pixel.
Is correct. He'll get himself a 50. So he's also trying to push that game in, and he's on to a 50 with 2 questions remaining here. And the one who's going to be watching that carefully is Ritin, because he'll be weighing, saying, have I done enough to not lose from here? 2 questions to go. Here's the next one on your screens now. Identify, and Kushagra is giving that a go. Yes, go on, Kushagra.
This is Microsoft's Visual Studio.
Minus 50. Why wouldn't you wait for me to say something? This is a loop that is going to loop in the future. How do we know this loop? You want to try now?
Yeah, this is the Virgin and Tesla's joint venture, the Infinity Loop.
The Hyperloop or the Infinity Loop. Well, he rectified himself, and I wanted to give him that chance to redeem himself, but no points. You still get the minus. Well, he needs to get one right to at least force a second place tiebreaker. Otherwise, for sure, Ritin is going to progress from this quiz into the semi-final, while it looks like a battle between Sparsh and the others for the second spot. Sparsh for the moment just a little ahead on 50. As we go to the final question, Kushagra is the only one who has a chance to level scores with him. Final question on your screens. Here it comes. This is a new conferencing platform in India which has received a massive funding. Starting like the logo shows with the letter H. It has become the new platform for world's virtual events. And they call themselves the smartest virtual platform that brings together experience and intelligence. None of them taking a chance on that. Ritin for sure will just keep quiet on 200. He knows he's got nothing to do. He must be sitting far away from his mobile right now. Well, the answer that I was looking for is Hubilo, which is a very big new platform. Current Affairs 2020 has really been the year of Hubilo for them. And ladies and gentlemen, in a low scoring second quarter final, which contradicted how the first quarter final panned out, we've got 4 lovely quizzers playing it safe. But at the final scorecard, which you can see on your screen, Dhyan finishing with a minus 50, Kushagra finishing with nil, Sparsh finishing runner-up with 50, but Ritin playing superbly well from Little Flower Public School, Bengaluru. He will qualify into the next round of this national level championship and move from the top 64 of the country to the top 16 of this country. He's 1 win away from the national final. He will be in the national semi-finals, but for now, with 4 remarkable youngsters, from me, Pig Brain, what's important is to keep life going despite the circumstances, which is what a quiz like this stands for this year at TCS IT Wiz. From 4 lovely youngsters, from the entire team, it's me, Pig Brain, signing off till we come back to you with the next quarterfinal. For now, thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.